Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is grade 5, lesson 07 of our online classes. And in our class today, we're going to shift our attention to angles. Angles, we're going to define what are angles, and then we're going to define what are parallel lines, what are transversal lines, and we're going to define several terms or several kinds or several types of angles. Generally, we are shifting our focus and turning our focus to angles now. So, given this fact, with our lesson objective in place, we want to start very fast, and then we'll start with what are parallel lines. So, I'm gonna draw some two parallel lines. You'll bear with me if they're not two parallel, but I'm gonna draw some two lines. Okay, I think I should drop it down a little bit. Okay, then I'm gonna draw another line. So these are parallel lines. Why? Parallel lines by definition are lines that will never meet. Parallel lines by definition, these are lines that will never meet. Even if we extend this line forever and forever, you can see that this line will never meet the other line, okay? So we call them parallel lines. I lost that one, I'll take it again. So these two lines are called parallel lines. So because why? Because they never meet, so we call them parallel lines. And we've done this several in class. What about transversal lines? Transversal line is any line cutting two parallel lines. It's called a transversal line. So a transversal line is any line cutting parallel line. Okay, now what is an angle? An angle is measure of a turn. Or in other words, what I'm trying to say is this, that if we take a look at what is happening here, that is an angle, and then here, that is an angle. We just measure the turn, okay? Or here, that is what we call an angle, okay? So now, given that we want to see some types of angles that we have, but before that, I will pause the video and label the sides so that I'll label the angles so that we can have letters on them, and then it will be very easy for us to continue and name the angles appropriately. Now that I've labeled my angles, we want to check and see in our definition and then point out which angle are what and what. Okay, we'll start with the corresponding angles. These are angles that are directly above each other and they are equal. So which are angles that are directly above each other? And in the sense of above each other, I want you to see that this is what I mean. This B and E, they are direct and equal above each other and they are equal. As you can see, B and C. And then another corresponding angle would be A and F. So A is a correspondent to F. That's how we say A is corresponding to F and B is corresponding to E. Okay, again, D is corresponding to what? D is corresponding to H. So these are the corresponding angle. And then again, C is corresponding to G. You can see, I'll try using different color. Let me change this color here, also this one here. I can use green and this green. So you can see this is corresponding to this, A is corresponding to F, and B is corresponding to E, C is corresponding to G, and D is corresponding to H, okay? You can see D and H, C and G, or E and, actually corresponding, if I drag this line down here, they'll come and join. Like if I drag this line up to here, A will join with F, so they are corresponding, okay? And D will join with H, and E and C will join with G, and B will join with, so B is a corresponding of E, C is a corresponding of G. So we are done with the corresponding. And then with that, we can even come here and label, we can answer this question, but let me stop stop answering the question now, and then we are going to check on what are alternate angle. Alternate angle, they're also very simple. Check what I'm going to do. I want to wrap this labeling first and then do another labeling, okay? So To get alternate angle now, to get alternate angle is simple. We can see that alternate angle are angles which are inside but opposite, okay? They are equal. Which angles are inside? We have D, C, F, G, and they are opposite. Which angles are opposite? This can be opposite this, or this can be opposite to this. D can be opposite to E, or F can be opposite to C, and they are equal. So with the definition, we see that C can only be alternate to F. It means the condition inside, opposite, and equal. So you can see C is now opposite. C and F are opposite, so we call them alternate angle. These are what we call alternate angle. What about who can identify? How can you identify more alternate angle? I'll identify for you more this one and this. So D and E are alternate to each other. Okay, D and E are alternate. We say D is alternate to E, or C is alternate to F. I hope that is clear. Then we will go to other type of angle, vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angle. So all of you know that vertically opposite angle are equal. We've done this several times in class. So for here, I'll start with B and D. These are vertically opposite. This and this are vertically opposite. Or this is vertical opposite. E, A is vertical opposite to C. Okay, I'll pick another color to show that. A is vertical opposite to C. Okay, that is okay. That is enough for now. A is vertical opposite to C, and B is vertical opposite to D. Again, E is vertical opposite to G. No, E is vertical opposite to H. And also G is vertical opposite to F. That is when we talk about vertically opposite. So we are done with vertically opposite. They're just angles which are opposite each other directly. Okay, so we'll go to the next thing. Linear pairs. Linear pairs. So now, linear pairs. What are linear pairs? Linear pairs, there are any two angles that will add up to 180. And there are two angles that will form a straight line. That is it. That's what we are saying. So this F and E are linear pair. Okay? These two are linear pair. Okay? A and B are linear pair. Actually, I can start answering now. I can say here A and B are linear pairs. So I'll start answering from below. A and B, I'll put here A, and I'll put here B. These are linear pairs because they're adding up to 180. Another linear pair is F and H, or E and G. E and G are also linear pair because E plus G is 180. E and then G. Then you're done with the linear pair. E and G are linear pair to each other. Okay? So let's go to the next thing. E and G, A and B. Those are linear pairs. What about vertically opposite? Now I'm just answering them because we are done. Let's start with corresponding. Corresponding are A and F. That is corresponding. Okay? A and F is corresponding. I'll just rub this for a while. I'll just rub this. Then I'll use another pair. Okay? We can see that we said that A and F. So I'll just come here and fill the space so that you can later on be studying. A. Another one is F. Are corresponding to each other. What about another one that are corresponding is G and C. They are corresponding to each other. G, I'll put it right above a little bit because of the space. G is disturbing me. G and C. G and C. Okay. What about alternate? We said is C and F. I'll use another color so that you don't confuse. C and F. These are alternate. Another one, E and D. E, D. They're alternate. Vertical opposite, there are so many. A and C. Use another color. A is vertically opposite to C. Another one, F and G. F is vertically opposite to G. So this is our class for today. Until we meet again, we'll do another video. Thank you very much. I'm going to send you an exercise that will be almost the same. So you need to know what are corresponding angles, what are alternate angles, what are vertical opposite angles, and what are linear angles. Corresponding are directly on top of each other, like A and F, okay? And then vertically opposite, alternate angle, I mean, they are those ones that are inside. These are the vertically opposite, okay? That are inside but opposite to each other. They are separated by the transversal. What about, no, these are what you call alternate. What about vertical opposite? Vertical opposite are like this one. I'll mark it with the red so that I remind you. Vertical opposite, I'll mark it with the brown. This is vertical opposite to this. Linear pair, these are angles that will add up to 180. For example, here we'll have this. Two angles that will add up to 180. Thank you very much. And until we meet again, thank you once more. We will have another worksheet to work on this. Bye.